So here's the thing, those who have been a fan of the channel for a long time know I love a Honesuki. Well, apparently Johan Fagerlund from Sweden knew it too, because that's what he sent me to review. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be unboxing, reviewing, and giving our opinion on a Honesuki that was sent to me by a Swedish blacksmith called Johan Fagerlund. Now as usual, you know that the best way to talk about someone is to have them talk about themselves. So what do you say we dive right into his 90-second video, and then we'll come back and I'll tell you what we're doing next.
Hello there Frankie, hope you're doing well and hope that you are enjoying the knife that I send you at Honesuki. I made that knife for you because I really like your content that you create and your approach into the craft and the knives and custom knives that you have and are reviewing and such and everything. You have a really distinctive way to test the knives, and I can really see that you're enthusiastic about everything, and I can see you really enjoy to use your knives. So, my name is Johan Fagerlund from Fagerlund Bladesmith. I'm 39 years old and live in Sweden. I'm a hobbyist knife maker so far. I'm trying to up my game and hopefully become a part-time knife maker in the future. Fagerlund Bladesmith. You can find me on socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also TikTok. If you want to see what I'm doing, I'm most active on Instagram.
So there you have it, you heard from Johan himself. Next, we're going to go right into the unboxing, and then I will be butchering 2 chickens. Now I'm doing something a little bit different, so let me know in the comments below if you like it. Rather than kind of just do things in steps, and then at the end tell you, well, here's what I think about this knife. As you saw, I thought about this because of this, that. And then that segment's done and you hear what I have to say, you're gonna hear it in real time. So next, let's go to the unboxing and we'll be right back. Honesuki. The first thing I noticed was just how thick the spine was. Of course, it's not perfectly laminated, small imperfections, but it really doesn't matter. Feels great in hand. Very cool handle. Check that out. Love the tip. I think the tip is perfect in terms of the angle for precise cuts. Super gorgeous cladding. Really nice finishing stone on his edge, extremely well polished. I think this might be some wrought iron. Very nice, tasteful little indent for his print. This is very cool. Beautiful, like stone finish, great texture. Got really impressed. The cap catches a little bit on the finger. It's not a huge deal because the point is it feels very comfortable in hand. Just noticed the wood here feels a little bit weak, almost like I can press in. Hopefully that doesn't crack. Really like this small detail here as well. So this indent in the wood that continues up into the cap. Very cool. Yeah, not a big deal. The fact that it catches, balance point is right where it should be. This is going to be a beautiful Honesuki to play with. The thickness might be a little more than I'd like, but we'll see how it performs ultimately. Beautiful blade. Definitely has some curvature to the belly compared to my other Honesukis, which have a flatter blade profile. But again, only one way to figure it out is to test it. Super, super awesome. Nice build, Johan. Try to show you some of the texture in there. It's really, really cool. Beautiful piece. Well done. I love Honesuki. This one's no exception. Well, as you saw, I was pleasantly surprised with what he sent me. Of course, there's always going to be something I can critique on. I try to be constructive. Things like not perfectly laminated steel, depending on where it is on the blade, it can be an issue, or it may not be an issue. However, we will test all of those assumptions that you're making in the chicken butchery knife demo. So next, what we're going to do is going to butcher 2 chickens, of which you'll hear what I think. And essentially, that's it. You're not going to see me anymore until I show you the patina reveal. This spicy white 26C3 core steel Honesuki patinaed very nicely for just butchering 2 chickens essentially. If you like the content that I create for you, please consider liking and subscribing. It goes a long way to supporting me and the community. Leave a comment down below if you like these knife reviews. Also, if you like this Honesuki, it's not the only thing that Johan makes. I think that it's super cool, first of all, that he does make a shape that I don't see many knifesmiths making out there. He's also made these huge swords and I think maybe daggers I saw a few months ago. So please check out his socials. I greatly appreciate if you just give him a follow as well. It's free, it doesn't hurt anybody, and in fact, it only helps. Thanks again, Johan, and I'll see you guys next time. So far the knives are pretty nice length. The tip I thought initially might need to be a little bit longer and pointier, but no, it's working out pretty good. The largest issue so far is just the edge itself. There's not a whole lot of bite, so I'm finding it difficult to cut through the chicken. Definitely feels a little thick behind the edge. It still works, of course. Still serving its purpose as a chicken butchery knife. I think one of the advantages of the steel is it's going to be very resilient, as you saw, kind of just removing part of that spine, and will continue to go down. So it's nice steel type. It's dealing with that aspect very well. As I use this, I feel very confident that the blade is not going to chip, but it doesn't have the bite edge that's needed to go through very slippery skin. This part's a joy. In fact, I just finished using my single bevel Hisamitsu Honesuki, and I treated this aspect of chicken butchery with a lot more care than I am with this knife. And I'm not saying that I'm being careless. What I mean is, I know that this knife isn't going to chip. It's also double bevel compared to my Honesuki from Hisamitsu. Where can I get this part? There you go. That's a nice little edge test, actually. So here's where I think the knife's going to struggle the most. Super slippery chicken skin. If there's no bite to this, it's just going to slide down. I see, very, very small incision. Yeah, the tip is nice. First impressions were the tip, as I said, needs to be slightly longer, which would then in many ways make it pointier. No, this part's going well. The tip is very functional. The tip doesn't need to lose any weight behind the edge either. Maybe after a good sharpen, I should come back to this and see how it performs then. It's definitely nice having what feels like a super sturdy Honesuki in hand. Let's clean this up. I feel like if it was really sharp, I should be able to just effortlessly pass through the flesh. Bit of a struggle there. Let's get our chicken tendy out. Okay. Breast number 2. Actually, maybe I take it back. Yeah, especially for something like this, the tip could be thinner as well by the spine. It's sharp enough, but for more precision. Especially when I do the chicken tendy, I like to kind of pull back nice and slow and make small cuts. Or say, for instance, right here, where I'm trying to pull this away. If the tip was thinner, I'd be losing less meat. Not a huge deal, still performing as it needs to, but just small things to up its performance. I like to take my time. beautiful carcass. Chicken tendy. Anything we need to clean up? It's looking pretty good. Let's try a little delicate cut here to see how it handles it. Not bad. Nice little trim. This stuff is typically pretty sticky. Stick the tip in. Again, just a wee bit pointier. Pretty good overall. There you go. That's one chicken. Now we're gonna do a second. Let's use the carcass as a bit of a cutting board since it's not slicing through. Right, one of the better uses is using the resilience of this knife to get through the spine. It's parts of joy with this knife. Nice resilient edge. This is the part where I wish it was sharper, but that's a question of sharpness, not necessarily geometry. Geometry is really good. I think the tip should be a little bit longer, which will also make it sharper then because of the angle at which this is coming from. I was worried that the curvature on the blade, compared to most Honesukis I've seen, which is very flat belly, might be an issue. Doesn't appear to be an issue, but definitely a bit thick behind the edge, both tip and belly. Otherwise, size is really nice. Super comfortable to hold as well. Gotta say, if this is the first attempt at a Honesuki, I'm actually really impressed. The first cut had made me a bit sad because of the sharpness, but honestly, because I'm using it and I see that it's doing the job that it's meant to, sharpness is something that can be enhanced. It's much simpler to enhance the sharpness than to say you got the geometry of the blade wrong, the shape isn't working out for being a Honesuki. No, it is. It's really fun, actually. Yeah, it's like that. It's really the precision work where it suffers the most. I'll just cut that whole piece off. It's going in the stockpile. Let's trim this off. Yeah, let me take it. Just make sure to keep that chicken tendy as intact as possible. sometimes remove the wishbone. In this case, I've just been cutting around it. Voila! Oh, a little piece of bone. Perfect.